This week, football stood still. It is the Reds, the color red, which has been totally whitewashed. I don't know how to start this video, how to just justify what the incident happened, but it was July 3rd where that tragic accident, that incident which happened, 28 years old Diogo Jota, he is no more. It is a devastating incident which has happened for the family, for the Liverpool fans, everyone on the pitch of football who have been playing. The number 20 Diogo Jota is no more. How to justify this? How to justify this? Life has been really cruel at times. Life has been really too much narrowing down the gap, the line of difference between survival and death. And we, those who are still living on this planet, we can just make the statement that his soul will rest in peace. All the condolences to his family, to his acquaintances, whoever has been in contact with this marvelous player, this Portuguese international Diogo Jota and his brother, getting such a mourning news. I mean, I took 7 days. It was the 3rd of July and today it is 11th of July. I'm making this video. I was still expecting that whether there is some sort of peace, some sort of calmness, or whether there is some sort of a thing that this incident can be denied at any cost. The bodies have been identified. Police has been doing the verification, all the processes which needs to be complete. But that charming 20, number 20, center forward playing in those deep playing roles with those celebrations. He was a gamer, he was a footballer, he was such a talented man, he was such a loving man, but he is no more. This week, football is really dead. It is some sort of devastating and shocking thing which has happened. It is definitely a major blow to the Liverpool family as well as Diogo Jota's own family. He has been married just a few years back and he has a mother who is also still there waiting for his two children, two sons, but they are no more. I don't know how to justify these things because really life has been really painful for them, where death is the thing which is the end. We every one of us knows, but then also we have to live it in the best way. That is what we can do in it. May his soul rest in peace and all the condolences to his family and his acquaintances, and may he get all the wishes fulfilled wherever he is and get all the things, all the desires in his afterlife. That is what we can pray for. That is what is all about. I took for Diogo Jota to be making this. God is there. God will give the justice. But one thing I would like to say about this incident which happened is that I'm really finding some players on the pitch of football making some sort of those gesticulations or those gamer moments, celebrating those goals on the pitch, giving those tributes or not. I don't know. I don't want to justify that, but please, that is not the way we can justify this moment on the pitch of football. That is not the right way we can do that. That is not the right way. Not at all justified, guys. Please stop that. This way of celebrating your goals and giving those tribute to the man who is no more in this world, it is not the way you can make justice to life and death on this planet. It is some sort of a morality which we are missing, and hope God will give justice to that. That is what we can claim for this. And that is what the Diogo Jota incident was. And apart from that, it is again a major blow. Jamal Musiala Bambi, he is down to those injuries. It was a clash between Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich. The game was happening. It was Anthony Taylor, again, that old referee on the pitch. I don't know why FIFA is not making anything about these referees, because it was just 1 year back when Anthony Taylor, the referee, who denied Germany of a clean penalty, and it wasn't given a penalty of that handball from Cucurella. Again, Anthony Taylor, the man coming onto the pitch, man was in many injuries in this game against the likes of Paris Saint-Germain. But it is that big blow which came again. Jamal Musiala Bambi going to just get the hold of the ball, the possession of the ball against the likes of Donnarumma and the likes of Pacho, gets a collision, and that is an ankle injury which he has got, and the treatment has been done good, but the pain which he was having on the pitch, one statement I would say, I'm not going to just make any analysis of this game. One thing I would say, Jamal Musiala Bambi, when he was seen on the pitch, he was just making those loud noises. He was in that pain. He was in those big sort of trauma moments on the pitch. It was the thing happening. Many have been saying that Donnarumma, the goalkeeper, it wasn't an intentional move. Even Jamal Musiala Bambi on his social media accounts has confirmed that it was a collision which happened. But Donnarumma should have just gone to Jamal Musiala Bambi on the pitch and should have at least shaken his hands with him, at least should have made this statement to him with some sort of apology that it has happened. But he was on the pitch scene. He was, I don't know whether he was filled with those sorrowness or whether there was something else in his mind, but Donnarumma didn't approach Jamal Musiala Bambi on the pitch after that incident. It was the first half in this game where this thing happened, and in the second half there has been specific news about this thing that it is Bayern Munich players who just roared in anger and went to the dressing rooms of PSG players, and they just confronted them and they made those angry moments. It was the first half where this thing happened, and in the second half when the players came onto the pitch, everything just turned because it was the mentality where Bayern had lost. It is the injury where Jamal Musiala was expected to be having those marvelous performance was absent, and he was rushed to the hospital straight from there. But in the second half, on those 78 minutes, it was the Bayern mentality which just crushed. I won't say that Vincent Kompany didn't do good in this game because Paris Saint-Germain are in a roaring form this season. They have been winning those 4 trophies. It is those marvelous performances from Desire Doué, Dembele, Hakimi, everyone, Joao Neves, everyone written on the pitch. They have been doing that good. But Paris Saint-Germain really were struggling to make it up against the likes of Bayern Munich in this game. PSG has got those wins over Atletico Madrid in this Club World Cup. They have got that big win against the likes of Inter Milan in the Champions League finals. They got those wins over Real Madrid also. It was those 2 goals which made the difference in this. But Jamal Musiala getting those injuries, it is a big blow for Bayern, whether he will be coming in up to those next 6 to 7 months or will he be taking more of a time. Bayern, who is still staggering on that left wing forwards to get some good players, are not being able to get by the likes of Christopher Froome and Max Ebel, as well as Vincent Kompany. Some of his substitutions in this game I won't even justify, bringing Sacha Boey in early and then again replacing Sacha Boey. Sacha Boey was called into those substitutions, and again before the dead minutes of this game was given those substitutions, and it was the likes of Guerrero who was called on the pitch. Vincent Kompany just 1 year in charge of Bayern Munich, but I would say in the terms of picking up the first lineup in all the games, he has been sticking to just one squad almost of the times. It hasn't been those changes which has been seen. I don't know Bayern with this thing will be going good the next season or not, but it is much lying that whether Bayern are going to get any sort of good transfers. Voltemade, will it be the thing happening? Rafael Leo, will that be the thing happening? It is some sort of easy, whether that is going to be happening or not. Liverpool's Luis Diaz, will that be the thing happening or not? 50 millions plus is the bait which is laying for a left wing forwards, and it is more 50 to 60 millions for an attacking mid-pitch player. At least Jamal Musiala Bambi, till he is not coming onto the pitch, is the need of the hour, as well as the substitutions for Harry Kane, giving him some rest. One of the centre back is the need of the hour, as well as a center mid-pitch player, because Palina is not doing that justice to the team so far. 1 year his stay at the Bavaria. These are the 4 places where Bayern are really lacking. It was the first lineup where Vincent Kompany was going with the Bayern mentality all the times, but no, it is the lack of depth in the squad which is being getting exposed for Bayern in every aspects. In the Champions League, the injuries were there. Bayern couldn't make it against the likes of Inter, finally losing it. Now in the FIFA Club World Cup as well, the depth of the squad not there, and Paris Saint-Germain making that big. PSG are really making that big. PSG are really making that big. This was the thing. Whether Bayern are going to be getting those transfers is the main aspect. Whether Bayern are going to be playing the next season in the Champions League good enough, or they are getting those major exits. but it will be more relying on the first lineup of Vincent Company time and again. And if many more injuries are going to be coming, I don't know what Bavaria is thinking. The amount which Florian Wirtz was supposed to be given for those transfers, it was 126 millions on the table, which Bayern kept. What is that money which they are going to be using to make some sort of good transfers at least this season? That is what the Bavaria fans will be expecting. And Bayern, whether they are going to fulfill those expectations on the pitch as well as of the fans, that is the thing we are just waiting to be happening at Bayern Munich. And the third aspect which we will be seeing is that it is the likes of Paris Saint-Germain again getting those big victories over Real Madrid 4-0. My goodness. Xabi Alonso, the Xabi ball is not happening at Real Madrid. No, no, no. You would say that it was Dean Huijsen, the man who was not available. He was on a red card. And Dean Huijsen getting those red cards, it was the unavailability which was also seen because some of the players from Real Madrid are back in the squad. It is the substitutions which was made. Eden Militao coming back to the lineup after so many months. It is the likes of Dani Carvajal coming to the squad after such a long gap after his major injury. But Xabi Alonso just in charge of this Los Blancos team, making that good with the likes of Gonzalo Garcia as the new center forward being found. But whether he is Karim Benzema or not, but what are the likes of Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior doing on the pitch? I mean, Real Madrid struggling like this, Bayern Munich struggling like this, Liverpool losing one of the elite center forwards. It has been again those deep sorrow moments for me this week on the football, on the pitch of football. It has been. And it was the lack of center back where Asensio and Rudiger just considered 2 goals so early into this. 5 minutes the first goal where PSG got, and it was 8 minutes the second goal which happened. But the mentality of the players who were seen playing on the pitch, it was no sort of aggressive movements from the likes of Kylian Mbappe, neither from the likes of Vinicius Junior, and it was Gonzalo Garcia who was simply seen chasing the defensive centre-back lineups of Paris Saint-Germain. I don't know why the combination of Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe is not getting that best. It is Kylian Mbappe who has got those goals in the La Liga, in the Champions League this season, but in now, the combination of Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe has been really striking. Carlo Ancelotti, whether he was right or not, whether Xabi Alonso taking on the charge of the Real Madrid over here will be making that good, or the curse of Del Bosque, the Spanish manager who was just sacked from Real Madrid, and after that Real Madrid just couldn't win a major trophy. Is that same Spanish manager curse of Del Bosque going to be hauling over Xabi Alonso? Is that the thing happening? But what is the aspect that Toni Kroos, as he has left Real Madrid, after that, the thing which is looking on the mid-page from Real Madrid is not happening, It is Luka Modric, the oldest player, 40 years of age on the pitch, when he came onto the substitution in the second half. The passes were happening, the creativity was looking, the team was seen performing, the team was looking eager and making those things to happen. But in the first half, and from the likes of Vinicius Junior and Kylian Mbappe, those things were not looking happening. Why it is looking absent? What is the dispute which is going on? Whether it is the dressing room, whether it is those contracts which are making those differences in between the players, whether this project Kylian Mbappe is going to make big or not. But Real Madrid are still finding those new players. It is Carreras from the likes of Benfica who is going to be coming at Madrid. The next transfer has been revealed and Real Madrid are making that happen. They have got the likes of Tyson who has been signed. But what are the different options which Madrid will be making to that? Because Xabi Alonso coming on to Madrid hasn't been picking up Rodrigo for a single minute at least in this Club World Cup. Rodrigo, will he be that the man on the sale? Real Madrid are now looking in a transition phase. There are some of those big players who were predominant in those La Decima. After that, whatever the things have been happening, are back from those injuries, especially to talk about the likes of Carvajal. Is the only man left in the squad. But it is again the need of a left back where Real Madrid are lying. The need of a predominant right back. Carvajal is back from the injuries, but will he be doing that justice? Because he was onto that play, but he was seen a bit of a lacking in his pace. Substitutions need to be made. Real Madrid is making those things looking good under Xabi Alonso, but it was the roaring form of PSG again where they just humiliated. It was a humiliation, it was a devastation which happened. Let's see what is that going to be happening in the next season. But out of these three things, Diogo Jota's thing was the most annoying and the most disheartening thing which I took, and I really took 7 days after for making this video. So yes, hope Liverpool will roar high in the Premier League again next season. Bayern will roll high in the Bundesliga next season. Real Madrid will again roar high in the La Liga next season. Barcelona is the contender, big high up. Hansi Flick. Oh my goodness. Till then, bye bye guys. Keep going. Hope no more such tragic incident happen to footballers in this life. Bye bye.